Hi, I'm Enchanting Nubianette. An 18-year-old passed away as a result of being trafficked. In North Texas, Julia Wells was kidnapped by these three derelicts of society: Mark Daly, Nikki Jordan, and Anna Hudson. In Dallas, Julia Wells was lured into walking the streets against her will. Somehow, a disagreement turned into a scuffle, and when Julia resisted, Julia was pushed out of a moving vehicle. Unfortunately, she hit her head and transitioned to the other side. What's even more heartbreaking, Julia was autistic and extremely trusting with her perpetrators. Although she was 18 years old, she wasn't streetwise. This horrific crime.
3 people for the 2018 murder of an 18-year-old woman. Julia Wells was killed when prosecutors say she was lured into a prostitution trap and then pushed from a moving car. Her death led to a new Texas law, and now 3 people who were charged in a separate human trafficking case are charged for her murder. Fox 4's Peyton Yeager spoke with Wells' mother today. Peyton?
Steve, and the Collin County District Attorney's Office just released this information today. However, Julia's mother, Mary Wells, tells me that she was notified on Tuesday that 3 people were arrested in 3 different cities here in North Texas.
It was so much relief. So much relief. We waited for a long time. For a long time.
It's a moment that's been 6 years in the making for Mary Wells. This week, 3 people were arrested in connection to the human trafficking and death of her 18-year-old daughter, Julia Wells.
I just don't understand how people can do it. I don't.
Back in May 2018, state troopers told the Wells family Julia had been pushed out of a vehicle on the Dallas North Tollway, and that vehicle was registered to a known human trafficker out of Collin County. Wells tells Fox 4 Julia had autism and was trusting. Julia was 18 and lived with her boyfriend in Cleburne. The last thing Wells heard from her daughter, she was going to a friend's house in Dallas.
From what I was told, she brought her in, made her feel safe, made her feel comfortable, and sold her.
Wells was later told by investigators Julia's friend was 42-year-old Anna Hudson. 6 years later, Wells is still unsure how the two met. The indictments say Hudson of Maybank, Mark Daly of Plano, and Nikki Jordan of Fort Worth were involved in the trafficking of young women.
Occurred in 2018. The victim's mother, Mary Wells, endured 6 years of hardship, waiting for these 3 culprits to get convicted. Specifically, Julia was invited to 42-year-old Anna Hudson's home, who initiated her into being sold. Mary Wells and law enforcement still are bewildered regarding how they even met. We all know that criminals insert themselves into certain jobs or people's personal lives to prey on them. Anna Hudson of Maybank, Nikki Jordan of Fort Worth, and Mark Daly of Plano, Texas, have criminal records pertaining to trafficking women. That's how they make a living. Parents must learn and be aware of these animals in our society. In the 21st century, it's a disgrace that people's lives are not valued. It's disturbing how people are still viewed as property and as a way to earn money. These criminals view others as a way to get paid lucratively. They just don't have compassion or empathy for people, which is frightening. Thankfully, in 2021, the Julia Wells Act, House Bill 985, went into effect. Now it requires driver's education to be well-versed in human trafficking prevention. Also, Julia Wells established the Breaking the Chains of Human Trafficking business to prevent women, children, and men of facing this modern nightmare of crime. And I hope all parents and educators will teach children how to be aware and safe from the snares of predators.